Welcome to the Orange High School. We're here to celebrate Beck Tiani and Beck's picnic table and turning the tables where everyone belongs, because at Orange High School, while we're not perfect, we're striving to ensure everybody feel like they belong. So at this time, I'm gonna turn it over to Sateria.
Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson. This has been an amazing opportunity. Art has been such a pivotal part of my life. Being a young person, dealing with injuries as an athlete, art literally saved my life and everything that I am today. And so I'm very grateful to partner with amazing human beings like Beck on projects like this. So my name is Soteria. I am an artist. I co-own a coffee shop in Carrboro, North Carolina called Present Day Remain, where we started this project to really change the culture of the space. Within 1 week of adding art to picnic tables by Black artists at the time, within 1 week our demographic changed. And so our customers were no longer only white, our customers became brown, Black, and amazing white women and men as well, and in between. So much so that we had a particular supporter by the name of Karen, and when all that bad Karen stuff happened, you can laugh, it's been horrible. We renamed the drink called the Good Karen. And so if your name is Karen, we welcome you to come to grab a good Karen, because we believe in telling not just the horrible stories of the world, but some of the best stories of the world, and I truly believe that starts with us. So I would like to open this up by reading an email sent by Beck's middle school teacher. Beck, I wanted to let you know that regretfully I will not be able to make it to your table unveiling today. I have classes at those times and will not be able to sneak away. I wanted to tell you how proud I am of you and everything you have accomplished. Your talent and passion for art was mystifying when I had you in 8th grade, and it makes my heart so happy to see you continuing to create, especially using your art to make a difference. I will definitely be there at some point to check out the table. Maybe we can meet up one day after school so that you can tell me a little bit about your process. Let me know some dates you may have and be available. Beck, this is the beginning of your having to take appointments with people, by the way. Again, I'm so sorry I can't make it, but just know how proud I am of you and that I love you. Congratulations, Mrs. Kramer. I hope I said that right. Yes, we can clap. This is not only one of Beck's teachers that has really been a part of just celebrating Beck and Beck's work. And can we also take time to celebrate Beck's family, who have been amazing? So initially, I'm super excited that Mr. Johnson decided to unveil this project that started with the foundation of Black people, and now we have evolved it on and in Black History Month. To me, as a Black American, a Black woman, I think it's very important that segregation ends with us, and to do that, we have to be in relationship with each other. And I found that no matter how cold the spaces are, or how warm, the minute you put up an intentional piece of art, all of our hearts start to sink and feel the exact same way. And so that is what I hope that this particular table and the stickers and the posters would do here at Orange High, and literally at every single place across the world, because art is just that impactful. With that being said, I'm going to bring up one of our partners, the Executive Director of Grow Your World, Sophie Superman.
Such a pleasure to be here. Congratulations, Beck. I'm so excited to see your table. Grow Your World is a community building organization that centers young people to build intergenerational relationships across ages. And this is a perfect manifestation of that project. Orange County Arts Commission was one of our funders, and we were so fortunate to not only have their support financially, but Beck was able to do part of the project in the space in Hillsborough, among other artists, building relationships with adults of all backgrounds, doing art as a living. Beck, take note. You have no idea who you will cross paths with, and the more skills we have to build relationships with people of different backgrounds, the richer our world becomes, the way problems fall away when we can bring our skills together. We are so fortunate to have partnered with Orange County Schools, the Arts Department of Orange County Schools, Orange High, the Orange High, and the people behind it. Mr. Johnson, Dr. Keeling, thank you so much for all you did to bring this alive. Katie Murray, this was a pleasure, so teary yet amazing. Beck and your whole family, awesome. And now I'll pass it off to yet another community partner in this work, Tova Hairston from Boomerang Youth.
Good afternoon. It is an absolute pleasure and privilege to be here. Again, my name is Tova Hairston. I serve as the Executive Director for Boomerang Youth, and we are a youth-serving nonprofit here in Orange County. We work with middle and high school students with the goal of keeping folks connected to school and building resilience as well as community connections. So Grow Your World has been a really instrumental partner with Boomerang as we step back to think about how we as an organization can really stretch outside of the base mission, if you will, and really work to create expanding opportunities for youth to figure out at the core who they are, what's important to them, and to drive decision-making as they look towards adulthood and beyond. When I think about art personally, I think about one of my favorite Maya Angelou quotes. And she says, you may not remember exactly what someone said, and you may not remember everything that a person has done, but you will always remember how they make you feel. And when I take a look at this incredible creation of Beck's, I will never forget that first feeling of when it was unveiled, but more so the depth of person, originality, and authenticity that leaps up to you from that creation. It is a part of their history and legacy that they will leave on this earth, so thank you for sharing that passion with us. And I am so proud and pleased to be a part of an opportunity that made this possible and an opportunity that we can extend to future high schoolers moving forward with the goal of creating a closer, brighter Orange County for us all. Thank you so much.
So as an artist, you will start to hate filling out grants, by the way. They're like, for $500, tell me your life story, please. And I'm like, nope, not doing it. And then I realized how important relationships was when I want to make sure that not just I get paid when doing work, but when artists like Beck get paid. And I have had an amazing relationship with the amazing Katie Murray with the Orange County Arts Commission. She has sat with me during that hard process of not thinking that my art was worthy, of being frustrated, like the languaging, just these little things. And a gift that I will give to all of us is it doesn't matter when you start to donate, how small you think it is. It helps to unveil projects like this. And with that being said, I want to welcome to the podium my amazing friend, Katie Murray.
Thank you so much. And I feel like everybody that's already talked has touched on some of the points that I wanted to make. But first of all, this project is part of a program that the Arts Commission does every spring called Artist Project Grants. And yes, we ask artists to tell us their life story for relatively small amounts of money. But what I've learned in working in this world is that nobody can address issues like artists. Artists' brains are differently wired. They are problem solvers. They are unifiers. They can look at an issue and address it in a way that the rest of us cannot. So that's why there's a trend right now where you see artists in residence that are working in municipal governments and state governments alongside with urban planners and housing directors because they can come up with solutions to the problems that we have in our communities. So This project with Sophie and Soteria is a perfect example of why we do this program. It is so much more than paintings on tables.
Yeah.
It is putting works of art in gathering places that encourage conversation, that bring up, those issues that are hard to talk about, but when it's presented through art, it makes it a little bit easier, it makes it a little bit more comfortable. So I love this project. I wish we had these tables everywhere, and I absolutely love that. This is the second grant that you guys have gotten for this, correct?
Yes.
So, yeah, so this time, the way that they have kind of spun off and incorporated a young artist in Beck, I love it. I love it so much. Like Soteria said, art saved my life when I was younger. I was in a ballet company my whole childhood. I was in the visual arts. As a creative person that didn't always fit in school, arts is where I belonged. And I see someone like Beck, and it brings back all those memories. I also got selected for a similar project when I was in high school, and it just kind of gave me the confidence to pursue the arts. I'm not a professional artist, but I'm in a career that I absolutely love. So you have absolute talent, and this is the first step in what is going to be an incredible career for you, Beck. I also want to thank Beck's family. You guys were incredible. The month and a half that you were at the mill, I just am so happy that Beck was there with our artists. I knew it would be beneficial for Beck to be in our studios surrounded in professional artists, but I also knew that when you pair a young person in a setting with career artists, it's really inspiring to them as well. I've seen it happen many times. It happened with Beck. They were enthused, they were re-energized, so I'm so glad that you were there, and I hope it was a good experience for you. I think that's all I have to say, but just thank you all so much for having us, and come out to the Eno Mill. We just opened in October. We have openings every first Friday of the month with music and food trucks, and it's super fun, so come hang out with us. Thank you.
All right, so this is not Black Church, which means we have 12 minutes, and that means 12 minutes. With that being said, I'm going to bring up the star of the decade, in my opinion, Beck, and they're going to, you want to unveil the table first, and then do your artist statement? All right, they're going to unveil the table first and do their artist statement. We'll do a payment and a handoff to Mr. Johnson.
While you're all looking at it, I'll tell you a little about my table and my vision statement. I drew a picture with a lot of patterns as well as motifs such as pride flags and the Black Lives Matter fist, as both groups have historically been marginalized, shunned, and socially isolated, and it's even worse for LGBTQ plus people of color, especially transgender women of color. As someone who's LGBTQ plus myself, and I have many LGBTQ plus friends, I've seen what it's like to be harassed for who you are, or to be the punchline of attack helicopter jokes, or feel the need to closet yourself for protection because of the fear of being harassed, or in some of my friends' cases, having an unsupportive family. I'm lucky to have a very supportive family. I also know that it only takes a few kind words to make someone's day better, and it can even change their entire life. Sometimes all it takes is a little kindness to give someone who feels hopeless and abandoned a reason to live. My drawing is a love letter to all the LGBTQ+ and African American teens who have been bullied, harassed, and taught to hate who they are, that they're an abomination or a mistake, and told to hide it. It's there to tell them that it's not true, that there are people who love them and care about them for who they are, not what society wants them to be. It's there to let them know that they're not alone and that they belong. The patterns all connect to make one beautiful patchwork quilt. I wanted it to be very colorful and bright so that it makes people happy when they see it. Now, I'd like to do some thank yous for everyone who helped with the project. It was the product of a lot of love and work, but fortunately, I had a lot of great people helping me out. First, I'd like to thank my family and friends who supported me and helped with work on the table. My grandma Judy Easterly, aunts MC Easterly, Betsy Gray, and Ellen Capello, cousins Austin Gray and Molly McManus, and friend Morton Colley. I'd also like to thank the Orange County Arts Commission and the Eno Arts Mill, as well as the artists who were kind enough to share their space with me. Director Katie Murray and Jen Hansen, who set it all up, and the many great artists I met. Audrey Pinto, Austin Cathy, Sherry Mead, Ryan Carey, Samir Nego, Michelle Spalding, and Mike Tambosh. They're all great people. You should see them sometime if you go to the Arts Mill. Thank you.
She got one more.
Finally, I wouldn't have gotten this opportunity without Soteria Shepperson. She's been so supportive the whole time from when I first started on the project to today. It's an honor to be able to work with such an amazing person, and I can't thank her enough for all she's done for me. Okay, that's all now.
And the budget for what Beck was doing was much smaller, but given the enormity of what they were able to accomplish, Soteria really wanted to honor that, not just in words, but in funds. So thank you for all that you've done, Beck. It is beautiful.
Well, I can come up with a few ideas. Beck, thank you for this beautiful table, but most importantly, thank you for sparking a revolution. And thank you for speaking your truth. That is so important. And sharing it with everyone. So again, Beck, this table is beautiful. You're beautiful. And this revolution is gonna be beautiful. And one of the things, and Dr. Killen's gonna come up and do the closing, but it was something that Dr. Killen said a couple weeks ago in the social meeting that just kind of stuck with me. And she talked about Orange County schools need to be a place of healing, because there's been a lot of trauma, a lot of things done in the past that we can't fix. But Orange High School, and she mentioned Orange County School, but now I'm gonna turn it to Orange High School because this is the Orange High School. We want Orange High School to be a place of healing. So us working together, we can ensure that Orange High School will become a place of healing. And at this time, I'm gonna turn it over to Dr. Killen for the official closing.
You made me cry over there. I was trying to hold it together. I just appreciate that. I appreciate everyone that's here. It's not that this is my thing, but I think sometimes like the word equity gets a really bad rap. And this table is a project that came out of community members seeing an equity plan that said only 45% of students felt like they belonged in their school. And so this is what happens when people see that data and feel moved to do something about it and to change outcomes for students. This is how equity is for everyone, and it brings everyone together. This is how it gives voice to those who may sometimes feel like, I don't have a voice. And their voice cannot be more powerful than this table right here. So even when you're long gone and move on to whatever great things you're gonna move on to,
this lives on and the conversation lives on. So I just appreciate it, and I just really wanted to lift up the ways that when we come together as a community, that we wrap our arms around each other, and that's what this is really all about. So thank you all for coming out. There are posters on the table for guests as well as stickers. So please grab a poster, grab a sticker, and spend as much time as Mr. Johnson will allow us to stay to snap pictures. Thank you, guys.
If I can get all the community partners and Beck to the front, Anaya, can we do a shot with everybody, please?